You missed some important news from the LGBTQ+ community this week. To ensure you are current, we are recapping that important news. Here's what you may have missed.
Let's queer up the courts. Trump-appointed judge requires Southwest Airlines to undergo training from right-wing hate group. A Trump-appointed Texas judge has ordered 3 senior Southwest Airlines lawyers to take 8 hours of, quote, religious liberty training, end quote, from the far-right hate group Alliance Defending Freedom. In his late Monday ruling, U.S. District Judge Brantley Starr specifically mandated that lawyers take the training as part of court-ordered sanctions for religious discrimination. He described ADF as one of several, quote, esteemed nonprofit organizations that are dedicated to preserving free speech and religious freedom, end quote. The Southern Poverty Law Center has designated ADF as an extremist hate group. The mandated hate group training is the latest phase of a lawsuit brought by flight attendant Charlene Carter, who sued Southwest for firing her in 2017 after she sent confrontational, anti-abortion messages to her union's former president. Carter argued she had been discriminated against based on her religious beliefs, and U.S. District Judge Brantley Starr sided with her in December, ordering she be reinstated. Starr, who was appointed by Donald Trump in 2019, also ordered Southwest to issue a statement telling its employees that the airline may not engage in religious discrimination against them. Carter had made no request for Southwest to undergo religious liberty training. ADF is not representing Carter, nor is it otherwise related to the case at all. So it's unclear why Starr felt the need to involve the group.
Let's queer up gay culture. Comedy legend Wayne Brady comes out as pansexual. In a recent interview, Wayne Brady, the host of Let's Make a Deal, shared that after much soul-searching, he has come to identify most closely with the term pansexual. He said, and I quote, "I couldn't say if I was bisexual because I had to really see what there was, especially because I really have not gotten a chance to act on anything. So I came to pansexual," end quote. Brady said that he started on this journey to live more authentically after Robin Williams' death, which made him confront his own self-knowledge or lack thereof. He said that post Robin's death, he got involved in certain groups, like Glenn Close's group, Bring Change to Mind. This public announcement is the first step, and Brady asserted that he's not looking to couple up anytime soon. He said, and I quote, "I am single, but it's not about being with someone right now. I've got some work to do still." Then, Wayne, as a single, open-minded pansexual, can make a decision and be free and open to other people, end quote. Welcome to the community, Wayne Brady.
Let's queer up entertainment. Drag Race star Adore Delano announces she is transitioning.
This all starts back. Well, it really starts back from when I was a little kid, just not feeling like I belonged anywhere at all. Didn't know what this body was that God gave me, thought that I would just make the best of it. I thought that I would just work with what God gave me and be okay with that for a decade, but it was just not enough for my mental stability and the feelings of just being an absolute other gender that I did not physically see in the mirror becomes more prominent when you're sober. This happened 2 years ago when I got sober, and I would just drink it away. I would just go back to purgatory. So being sober again, off of everything, including weed, I'm straight edge. I'm dealing with my feelings and I'm allowing them to be, and I'm taking care of myself, and I feel beautiful.
Drag and recording artist Delano, who has starred on both RuPaul's Drag Race and American Idol, let her followers know in a video posted to Instagram that she's transitioning and has never been happier. The Drag Race Season 6 and Drag Race All-Stars 2 star explained that she's been taking estrogen for 3 months, but that she kept it hush-hush until now because she wanted to go through the beginning stages of puberty privately, noting the physical and mental changes that are part of the experience. Delano described how despite having some out and lived according to her gender identity earlier, she suppressed her authentic self when she became an American Idol contestant. She also spoke of her sobriety journey, which she now has 2 years. Let's queer up sports. Martina Navratilova speaks out against the U.S. Tennis Association's transgender inclusion. Martina Navratilova has criticized the U.S. Tennis Association for its stance on transgender athletes competing in women's tennis tournaments. It comes as transgender tennis star Alicia Rowley reportedly became the latest player to win a women's national tennis championship and the coveted Golden Ball. The Independent Council on Women's Sports Icons posted the news on Twitter, stating that Rowley recently won the women's 55-plus grass court national championship and national indoor singles and doubles championship. The USTA states in its transgender inclusion policy that trans athletes should be included and not blocked from playing the sport. The document states, quote, "It is necessary to ensure, insofar as possible, the transgender athletes are not excluded from the opportunity to participate in sporting competitions," end quote. But following the news that Rowley had won the national tennis championship, Icon's co-founder, Kim Shasby Jones, tagged Navratilova and Chrissy Everett in a tweet and claimed the USTA's transgender policy should be changed. In response, 16-time Grand Slam champion Navratilova wrote, quote, "Come on, USTA. Women's tennis is not for failed male athletes, whatever age. This is not right and it is not fair," end quote. This is not the first time that Navratilova has published her views on transgender athletes competing in female sporting categories.
Let's clear up with trans rights. Anti-LGBT laws could have overseen widespread impact. New laws target LGBT plus people are proliferating in GOP-lead states, but often absent from the policy decision is a clear understanding of how many people will be directly affected. There has been relatively little data collected on the number of LGBT plus residents in the U.S. That means lawmakers are often writing laws without the same kind of baseline information they might have for the other demographic groups. Legislation's decisions to ban transgender women and girls from playing school sports often fails to consider the impact on intersex students. Conversations about gender-affirming care bans were times clouded by a discredited in 2018 study that claimed kids might experience gender dysphoria because of the peer influence. This has led to enormous suggestions that the number of the trans people was inflated. Not all intersex people are identified as at birth. There are more than 13 million people. There are more than 13 million who are lesbians, gay, bisexual, or transgender in the U.S. aged 13 and older. The U.S. Census did not add questions about sexual orientation and gender identity until 2021. Efforts on the quantity of the number of the LGBT plus people, including the intersex people, in the U.S. were scarce until the last few decades, and stigma prevented from some of the disclosing and their identities. This has some overlapping between the groups. Intersex people are included in the plus sign in the LGBT plus acronym, and some intersex people also identify as gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or queer.
Keep watching the only television news in the world from our LGBTQ plus community and stay informed on everything that is important for and about our diverse LGBTQ plus community.